Hey, good morning, man. Let's like how you're doing today. Now we're gonna do a video today about Ricky Smiley's on making offensive comments about black women and Ricky Smiley, the comedian, response. Basically, if you don't know who Ricky Smiley is basically a comedian, a friend of Steve Harvey. His son basically stated his stating his dating preferences, um, that he doesn't like to date black women. He only likes to date white girls and Mexican girls. And boy, did the black women get up in arms. Black people just got up in arms. People were angry. People were tweeting at Ricky Smiley. I'm going to show you some tweets here in between out the video that, oh, you need to fix this now. You need to reverse this. Your son's a racist, and this and that. So let's go, guys, and let's see what we're dealing with today. Letting the cat out of the bag. On the episode, Malik was set up on a blind date by his cousin. When asked how it was going, he was offered a response that has off black people everywhere. Oh, here we go. Her face, said Malik. Black females are not attracted to me. I look at them like my sisters. Well, yeah, that's how he sees the world, and that's basically what his preference is and how he sees it. That's a good preference to have, or like a good way to have it. I went to an all-white school. Okay, sometimes people have different tastes. Yes, they do. Exactly. People have different tastes and different preferences in the world. And I don't have a taste for it. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I have no qualms with that. Check out the clip from the episode. His statement goes at the 6:50 mark. The outrage. Needless to say, it didn't take long for viewers to fire back. But not only was Monique criticized because the people had no lives in this world, many fans wondered if Ricky Smiley supported or shared some sentiments. In fact, many began questioning his famed comedian radio host. Check out some of the tweets, which I'm going to show you guys right now. I guess Ricky Smiley's son must think his mom, his grandmother, and essentially himself is unattractive, especially when his behind is all black. Madam, what does that have to do with his preferences that he doesn't like to date black women? What does that have to do with his preferences? That has nothing to do with it at all. He said, I just don't find them attractive. That is all. I just don't find them attractive. That is within a person's and within a human's right to say, I don't find them attractive. It's a law basically of sexual or human attraction. Sometimes we don't find our own person like attractive. We find other people outside of that attractive because that's our own taste and that's our own preferences in this world. That's what we gotta have in this world. Otherwise, we had all like the same preferences and like all the same tastes. The world would be boring and it would not be a fun world to live in at all. It wouldn't be. So you're wrong for this tweet, and don't attack the child just because he has different dating preferences than you do in your life. Here's another couple of tweets that I found. Ricky Smiley's son Malik has a lot of growing up to do. Well, yes, he's still a child. He's only 15. Maybe his preferences will change later, but right now this is how he sees the world, and you need to leave that alone. Script or not, black boys are the only ones that get played into not liking their kind. Are you retarded, man? Where in the world have you seen that at all? Just because someone has different dating preferences and wants to date outside the race, you think it's because they hate the wrong kind? No, madam. It's because they like people that are different than they are. If you're gonna have the same thing every day, it's gonna be boring. People like things to explore outside of different things than they are normally accustomed to. So he has different dating preferences and outside of his own comfort zone and comfort level there. So don't get mad at him because he has different dating preferences outside of his own race. Please don't, because we're supposed to have that in this world. If we all had the same dating preferences, this world would be a horrible world to live in, and I would not want to live in it at all. Okay, like anybody was checking out for Ricky Smiley's son in the first place, then why'd you tweet to begin with? Why did you tweet if you weren't checking out for his son at all? You were just checking out to see if he slipped up or said anything that you didn't like. You weren't checking on him. You're checking out to see if he slipped up and like see if he said anything that like, or he stayed on narrative or the whole script the whole time. Y'all guys need to get a line. Yeah, y'all need to leave the child alone. Let him have his own dating preferences and let him live his life the way he wants to live it. I don't know what's worse, the fact that this young man hates black women, but he really doesn't. He doesn't hate black women at all. He just has different dating preferences than you. In this world, you have to like go outside your comfort zone and explore, meet different people of all different races, and date different people of all different races. You have to. go outside this world and explore. If you don't, you'll be antisocial and at least a little bit boring. Come on, you gotta like go outside your comfort zone, man. So don't be mad at you that he's trying to go outside his own comfort zone and date someone that's not like him. You know what I'm saying? Try to explore and try to go outside your comfort zone. So don't be steamed and pressed at him that he wants to do that with his life. Or to the fact that Ricky Smiley knew his son hated black women, which he doesn't. He just has different dating preferences than most everybody else in the norm. And since he broke that norm that most everybody has, and it's like people were gonna shun him and say, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. Get on him and fix it and fix this and fix it now." No, let the child do what he wants to do and let him date who he wants to date in his life. It doesn't have to be up to your standards. That's not your life, and that's not the person you're dating in your life. So let him do what he wants to do and leave the child alone. He's only 15. Leave him alone and get your own life in this world. Ricky wasted no time responding. He's been clear he's not for his son's comments. Of course he's not, because the reason he's saying he's not here for his son's comments because he doesn't want a bunch of heat on his back because his son has a different dating preference than most people in the world, and he doesn't want a bunch of heat on his back and say he's gonna force his son to apologize for something he didn't do. His son didn't do anything wrong. All he did was state his dating preferences, and people got all bent out of shape out of it, like they had no vertebrae or something like that. People or the fans that are watching the show need to get a life and like have their own children and have them have their own dating preferences instead of concentrating on somebody else's reality show and be pissed off at somebody else's dating preferences that they don't have in this world, and that's not even their job to begin with. So you need to worry about your own children or the children you're gonna have, and have them have your dating preferences and have them be as prejudiced as you are right now. See, people like this like to be in a little bubble, like the Fairly Odd Parents situation, like where Dr. Benner basically has like all the great blogs. But as soon as Timmy said something, he says, "Hey, I'm wearing a pink hat. I look different." He says, "Let's get him and gray him up." So basically, they're within a little bubble. And if you disrupt that little bubble that they have, say, "Hey, let's get him," and let's say he's offensive, he's this, he's that, he's a racist, he hates black women, he's this, and that's that. Because if you disrupt their little normal social norm with a little bubble, they're gonna say you're being racist, you're being this, you're being that. Anything that's not normal to them or anything that's not the same to them will be shunned with them, that the people that watch the show. So the people that watch the show really need to get a life essentially and have their own lives, have their own children, have them have their own biased dating preferences and all that, instead of worrying about somebody else's child that's not even theirs to begin with. And he said, "Oh, it really pissed me off." He's just saying that so he can basically keep his career and keep the heat off his back and his manager called him, just saying it really pissed me off and all that. You don't have to think it, just pretend you do and say, "Hey, it pissed me off," and he's gonna be apologizing on air just so you can get the heat off your back. But probably in real life, he's like, "I don't care, dude. Do what you want and date who you want, bro. I just want the heat off my back, and I'm just gonna pretend to say what I need to say." Now, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, guys. My family loves ramen, loves it, but I don't like ramen. Am I gonna shun them just because they like ramen and I don't? No, am I gonna say, "Ew, why you like ramen? You should not like ramen. We should throw the ramen away." No, I let them like ramen because that's their taste preference and that's what they like to eat. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that they should stop eating it. No, just because he has different dating preferences than y'all doesn't mean he should stop dating who he wants to date. Leave the poor child alone. Ricky Smiley's son, I'm proud of you for stating your dating preferences. You go on and you still think that way, bro. Do you and don't care what people think in this world. Let it brush off your shoulder like a water off a duck's back, and like you do you, man. I'm proud of you.